Revenge of the 14th, chapter 14 coming at you again. This time we're going to ask the question, what happens in the short and long run when input prices decrease? I have no idea is the first step, but I know how to find the answer. Because I learned things in chapter 4, I can look to see what happens with input prices. Well, if input prices decrease, it's going to cause my supply curve to shift right. Well, that's good to know because here in chapter 14, we're looking to see how do things that affect the market, things we learned about in chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, affect the firm, which is the new addition to chapter 14. So we said that that shift is going to increase or shift out our supply curve. So it's going to shift our supply curve. Look, let's get a huge shift here just for fun. That's our demand curve. No, we want to shift our supply curve out. That's why I was kind of stalling there for a second. Here. So this is the shift in the supply curve caused by the increase in market price. That was a cool. There we go. There's our new market supply. And the question is, well, how does that affect the market? Well, we learned that a shift out in the supply curve causes prices to go down and quantities to go up. So I'm going to draw our new price. There's the new price that the firm faces. We'll call it P prime. All right. And so that price is what happens in the market. Therefore, the firm is going to see that exact price translate over to what they're doing. And here's where the firm sees that price. Now, for the firm, to maximize profits, their rule. So to maximize profits, they set price equal to marginal cost. And that determines little q. Before little q is right here, where price equals marginal cost equals average total cost, so there's no economic profits. But now this point right here is where price equals marginal cost. So now here is new little q. And you might think, well, that's wonderful. No, just they start producing less. But the challenge of this is even though they're producing less, if we move this curve up, what you're going to notice, move it up to this point right here on the average total cost curve, is that price is less than average total cost. And that's a sad day. So we'll do a little frowny face. And that's because profits are negative. Ooh, that's now bad. Because profits equal price minus average total cost. So here's price, here's average total cost. So this rectangle here are our losses or our negative profits. That makes us really sad. And so as a result, it makes so many people sad that they're actually going to drop out of the market. And let's suppose that they drop out, just a few firms start dropping out. Well, as we know, let's go back to our things in chapter 4 first, is that the number of sellers affects the supply curve. So if the sellers increases, we shift it left. If they decrease, we shift it right. If the number of sellers decreases, it shifts left. So with negative profits, we're going to see sellers exit the market. So let's let this first seller exit the market. So the first person goes, we see that shift left. And the question is, well, what happens to the price? Well, here's going to be the new equilibrium price. That's supposed to be slightly above. So let's kind of redraw that. Trusty ruler's not really trusty right now. Okay, that might look a little better. So right here is where price equals marginal cost. That's our profit maximizing amount. But at that point, what you're going to notice is that this little quantity, we still have price below marginal cost, or price below average total cost. So again, we're going to have negative profits. So we need more people to leave the market. And they're going to continue to leave the market. So we're going to see these curves continually shift left. See if that curve shifts less. Now our new price is going to be right here, which is still below average total cost. They'll continue to shift left until we reach our original supply curve. And at that point, here's the price the market sets. That's the price the firm sees. And so that's where price equals marginal cost. You bring this down, it's Q star, and this is where price equals average total cost. So there's no economic profits. There's no reason to enter or exit the market now. And so we return to equilibrium. So the first step is our supply curve shifts. That gives us a lower price of the firm C, causes losses. So we see firms start exiting the market. It may not happen all at once. It may take a while until we reach the long run equilibrium, which is where we return back to our original price. And that's the price of firm C. All right. And so that's what's going to happen then in the long run, is that initial shift in the supply curve is going to cause firms to produce less. And then we have fewer firms exit the market, or fewer firms in the market. We see exit, and that therefore drives us back to our original starting point.